Timesheets are a feature that need to be enabled at the project preferences page level. So if we select enable timesheets on this project, then now timesheets are enabled on this mixed netball project. What that means is that the user, whenever they create a story from now on, users in this project, whenever they create a story, then the system will ask them to complete a timesheet. So let's say I'm saying a story, I'll just put a story to keep it simple. Irrespective of what's going into the story, so I'm tagging some story into some beneficiaries into it. At the bottom, it will now have a how long did you spend on this field, where it asks me to say how long I spent on it. So I could say that took 1 minute, publish now. And then what the system is doing is saving a timesheet against me as a user. The other thing that happens is, now if I reload the screen, then that will reload the My Apps ribbon. And now in the My Apps ribbon, there will be a button for timesheets. So there we go, timesheets. And when I click on it, it's got the timesheet that relates to today. So that's the timesheet, and it's a timesheet about a story, which is why the category is story, and then the text is any text that was in the story, and it's about the Mixed Netball project, and it's from this user. The reason it shows the user is because if I'm a charity editor, it was really helpful for me to see timesheets from everybody. And so this is a way of just seeing the timesheets from everybody. There are other things that timesheets can be created for. If I click timesheet, then what it will show me is timesheets at the moment can be created for stories or tasks. So for story, it's saying, here are all the stories that my user has created about the Mixed Netball project, which haven't got a timesheet logged against them. So it looks at all of the historical stories that you've created that haven't got a timesheet. So say if I now select this one, then it will now let me put in the timesheet for that. And then if I reload this now, then it's now got this additional timesheet, and the date that it's got relates to like the date of this story. Similarly, if I select task, then it's now going to look at any tasks that I completed that were tagged to this project of Mixed Netball, where again I haven't already recorded a timesheet, so I'll put in some time for that as well. So now I've got 3 timesheets. It doesn't update this dynamically. The way that you can test this is if you create a task yourself. So at the moment, tasks aren't created from here. One of the main ways they're created is from here. So when you're creating a task, let's say, remember to book a netball court, because let's say this is for the Mixed Netball project, then in the advanced section, you can tag which project the task is about. So I can select Mixed Netball and just press save. What the system will do is now if I say I've finished this task, send letter to parents and guardians, then it just marks that task as done, and it appears in this done list, send letter to parents and guardians. That's because that task is just a normal task. Whereas this task, remember to book a netball court, is a task that was tagged to the Mixed Netball project, which is a project that has timesheets enabled on it. Therefore, when I click done for that, it now brings up this new timesheet pop-up of like, remember to book a netball court, you've marked that as done, how long did this task take to complete? So I can be like, actually it took me 2 hours to book a netball court because I had to call lots of people, etc. And then save, and now it's saved that as a timesheet. And if I go back to my timesheets now, then there are 4. So there's these 2 that related to tasks, file the letter, etc. And remember to book a netball court has today's date, because that's the date that the timesheet was, that's when I completed that task. And in hours and minutes, it shows the total. In the future, we might add charts that enable the user to see the percentage of time that's spent on each category of item in timesheets. But that's an overview of how timesheets work.